So hi everyone, I'm Serena and this is Isabel, and today we're representing Flare. And so Flare is a location-based disaster precaution and response application, and we've designed it to address natural disasters and help alleviate the emergency response efforts that are associated with them.
So as Serena said, our goal as Flare is to make an impact on disaster response. Currently in the United States, each year, 2,500 people suffer from deaths or injuries because of delayed response during a natural disaster. Our goal as Flare is to bring that number down to 0. Additionally, the government spends about $45.5 trillion on disaster response every year. And much of it is because of delayed nature. Our goal is to reduce that number significantly. By increasing the efficiency of money spending as well as time, we hope to decrease the amount of money the government has to spend and increase the number of lives we can save.
So we've designed our app to have 3 main functions that should help both users and emergency responders in the event of a natural disaster. The first and most important one is location pinging. So I'm from Missouri, and I live in the most bipolar city in the United States, weather-wise. And I know these kids from San Jose don't know, but we basically get a tornado warning maybe once every 2 months. And they don't know what a tornado is, but it's okay. So tornadoes are extremely devastating. They can strike at any moment. So say you're driving home from work under a tornado warning, and the tornado happens to touch down, but you have no chance to get to a stable shelter. So you have to flee your car and find the nearest abandoned building to take shelter in. And say there are already 20 people there. But what happens if the tornado sweeps through and damages your shelter? It injures you, so you can't run anymore. You can't scream for help. What if it injures the people around you? How are the emergency responders supposed to know where you are? How are they supposed to know that there are 21 people in this supposedly abandoned house? How are they supposed to know where to look? And so with our app, you will be able to manually ping your location, as well as indicate the severity of your situation and the number of people around you. And so this information will go directly to emergency responders, and so they will know exactly where to find you. The second feature is a ping log, which shows up as a color-coded live map. And for users, this offers transparency, but more importantly, for emergency responders, it allows them to know the areas where there are the most people in need. And so this way, they will be able to allocate their resources in teams better. And because of this, we'll increase the time it takes to find people, increase the efficiency of rescue efforts, and then in turn, lower costs and increase the number of lives saved. Finally, our app has a built-in disaster manual, which will give users steps to take before, during, and after an emergency or a natural disaster happens. And this feature is local, so even if the servers or the networks are down, users will still be able to access this manual and figure out the steps to take that they can help themselves with. And so basically, we've designed our app with the knowledge that most people won't use this application unless it's an emergency. And in these times, mere seconds or mere taps of the finger matter tremendously. And so this was our motivation behind designing a very simple and streamlined user interface. And you'll be able to find in a demo later that you can reach every screen in our app within 3 clicks of your finger. And the location pinging, which is the most important feature to us, you can reach on the home page and easily from any other page in the app. So this way, when all else fails, you can be sure that emergency responders will have your location and will know how to find you.
So currently, we already have a working prototype of our application as well as a live server. In the next 3 months, we hope to increase our market research and really solidify our marketing plan, as well as test our application in real-life scenarios to make sure that we fit all of the users' needs. In the next year, we hope to communicate with at least 10 different states and their emergency response teams to see how our app can be fully implemented in their system. Throughout the rest of our app's lifespan, we hope to communicate with all 50 states as well as reach international countries in order to help save lives worldwide.
Ultimately, our application seeks to help users and emergency responders from both ends in the event of a natural disaster. And so with this app, we will save time and we will save lives. Thank you.
Okay, we are now open to questions.
I guess I have 2 questions. One is, is there any problem with the network going down? And how much of a problem is that?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Okay, sure. Well, yeah, we thought about that before, but the idea is that hopefully, actually.
Okay, so obviously our app really, right now our app really only works when there is network beforehand. During the purpose of the app is to have a cache of all the users' locations so that emergency response teams can look where to, or find where to look first. But for ease of mind for the users, one thing we're thinking about looking forward is to have like communication between each device so that you can see how many people are around you in case the network is actually down. And you can see whether they're in an emergency as well or whether they're okay.
And is there going to be any effort to push kind of current information of where you can go for, you know?
So currently we have something that will basically ping your location every 30 minutes or so, or every time you open the app. And you can also report an emergency, so you can say how many people. And the idea is if an emergency does strike, that emergency response teams will be able to have a sort of heat map of the area. Say, okay, well, I know that there's a lot of people here, so I should probably go here first because everywhere else I don't really have an idea of.
With respect to what to do during or after the situation or where to go, that's all probably in our manual. It's not tailored to your specific location, but it'll say general rules like if you're in an earthquake, don't stand somewhere.
Like don't stand under a doorway and like get hit by falling roof tiles.
Yeah.
Also, we do have the live map for people to see where a lot of the other population is located. So if they're by themselves and they think that it's safe for them to travel to a place with higher density where they think will get rescued first, they do have that information in front of them.
From a technology perspective, Google already knows where you are, right? I would say on each cell phone, right? So either you can leverage that, or even the emergency responders, right? If Google gives them that information, they know exactly their our number of phones, or same thing with the iPhones. So have you thought about how are you different than what Google already knows, because they know exactly where you are, and people use this, the emergency guys or this, FBI guys know how to track you down based on your cell phone, anyways.
We know that Google has a very wide range of location capabilities, and ours is specifically geared towards opening it up when there is an emergency disaster. And also, we are considering tailoring it to not necessarily the government or necessarily the police departments that are responding, but maybe after, so like American Red Cross or the volunteer efforts that are also trying, and then this will be a resource for them to use.
And specifically, our app gives users ease of mind because they know that when they are submitting their location, it's for the specific purpose of getting rescued. Also, our app features responding with like the level of your emergency, including like if you're clear, if you're fine, and if there are people around you without the app.
Yeah. I guess the point where I was getting at is if you can add those kind of more features where people can give out more information that can be cached at one location, whether it's their address or if they're in trouble and they want somebody to know any of that information, because view that as a two-way, right? They're sending a text and somebody's getting it. So think more on how that can be. You can capture more information from the users into your central place, and then.
Oh, we actually do have a sign-up that allows users to enter a little bit of information, including their phone number, emergency contacts, things like that.
So when the emergency response teams get their information, they do also have that database. So if they really need like your home address, your home phone number, I think we also have an emergency contact. If any of that information is necessary, they have it as well.
It sounds like what you're talking about is a trust network. So you're providing your data to the emergency responders at the point of emergency, and I'm wondering if you can do that well in advance of never even requiring a ping whatsoever. For them to have to find the app that they downloaded 5 years ago into in the box at the fourth screen to finally get to that, where all they really want to do is scream bloody murder into Siri, right? Help, right? That's what they want to say. So you might want to think about what a trust network means and how your idea can get extended to that.
What's the business? Have you guys thought more of the business model? Any ways of making money, or are you just going to keep it as a?
Right now, we're definitely in the early development stages, but we are considering the neighborhood ERTs. So instead of focusing, definitely search and rescue already have a very set way of protocol, and police and fire departments and ambulances. So if we could target volunteer efforts and more community-wide efforts, that would be our current goal.
And that's our starting point. And as I said in the timeline, in the long run, we really do hope to reach out to emergency response teams across the nation and really have them implement our application in their everyday use, since we do believe that we have made a step through the door in this development.
So I guess to address your question, we're not looking to monetize it. We're just looking for the social good.